So you've put in the work, you've found your products, you've listed them, but the job isn't done, not even close. What you do next is what really matters. Today, we're going to dive deep into managing your live products right inside the Hustle Got Real platform. Let's get into it.
It's the classic question, right? Your products are live. Now what? How do you make sure you're actually making money, that your stuff is in stock, and that everything is running like a well-oiled machine? That's exactly what we're about to break down.
Okay, so here's the game plan. We'll start with the big picture on your active products dashboard. Then we're going to zoom right into the three critical tabs: main, details, and options, that give you total control over every single item. By the time we're done, you're going to have this whole management thing down.
All right, first stop, the active products dashboard. I want you to think of this as your mission control, your business's command center. It's where you see everything that's happening from a bird's eye view. This screen is your 30,000-foot view. Every single product you've got active is laid out right here, giving you a complete overview of your entire product fleet. Honestly, every decision you make, every edit, it all starts right from the screen. And each of these columns, they're like the vital signs for your business. You get to see your selling price right next to what the supplier is charging you, so you know your profit and markup in a split second. And that stock column? Oh yeah, that's your early warning system. It's a super powerful snapshot of your business's pulse.
Okay, so we're zooming in. We're going from the big command center down to the individual cockpit for a single product. We're heading into the main tab, and this is where you really get your hands dirty with the controls for each listing.
So you click on any product from that main dashboard and boom, this editing window pops right up. This is your control panel, and you'll see those three tabs right at the top: main, details, and options. We're going to jump into the first one, which is arguably the most important of the bunch, the main tab. You're probably going to spend a lot of your time right here on the main tab. And for good reason. This is where you handle the really critical day-to-day stuff. You're in the driver's seat for the title, the price, the markup, all the things that decide if a customer even clicks and if you actually make any money on the sale. And look at all the power you have right here. You can tweak the title to get that SEO juice flowing. You can adjust your markup on the fly to stay competitive, and you can see your exact profit. You can even leave little notes for yourself. Plus, you get a peek at the supplier's stock history, and get this, you can use AI to optimize the whole thing with just one click. Down at the bottom, you've got these two buttons. They're both super important, but they do completely different things. Force refresh is your go-to when you need an instant update. It just pings the supplier right then and there for the absolute latest stock and price info. Terminate, on the other hand, well, that's the big red button. You hit that when you want to completely pull a product from your store for good. So, use it wisely. All right, let's hop over to the next tab, Details. I like to think of this as the product's official file folder, or maybe it's logbook. It's got all the background info and history packed inside. This tab is really all about one thing: verification. You can see the exact moment the product was graded, the last time our system checked it for changes, and, super important, the supplier URL that it's linked to. It's basically the source of truth for all that tracking info. So yeah, you're not going to be in here making a ton of edits, but its purpose is absolutely critical, especially for troubleshooting. Is it tracking the right product? Is the monitoring system actually working? A quick glance at the Details tab will give you those answers and a whole lot of peace of mind. Okay, on to the third and final tab, Options. Now this is where the magic happens. This is where you put your business on autopilot. Think of it as your automation hub, working for you 24/7 to protect your profits and keep your store running like a dream. And I'm not kidding, I really can't overstate this enough. Understanding how to use the settings on this tab is absolutely essential if you want long-term stability. This is the stuff that stops you from accidentally selling items that are out of stock. Or worse, losing money because the supplier jacked up their price without you noticing. Now, you're going to see this phrase a lot in here, defined by settings. This concept is so important. All it means is that, by default, this one product is just following the main rules you've already set up for your entire store. It's what gives you that powerful, centralized control over everything. And this right here shows you that connection perfectly. On the left, you've got the options for one single product. And on the right, those are the global store settings that are in charge. So when you see defined by settings on the left, it's just taking its orders from those master controls on the right. This is awesome because you can set a rule once and have it apply everywhere, but you still have the freedom to override it for a specific product if you need to. So these are your automation workhorses, your silent employees who are on the clock 24/7. Monitor stock, that's your safety net. It prevents you from overselling. Monitor price, that's your profit protector. Monitor price decrease is a strategic one. You can turn it on to stay competitive, or maybe turn it off for a hot ticket item to keep your price high. And min quantity is your buffer. Setting that to say 2 or 3 means your store will say out of stock before the supplier actually hits 0. That saves you from those last-minute sales you just can't fulfill.
And there you have it. You are now equipped with a complete toolkit for managing your products like a pro. Let's just do a super quick recap of these new controls you've just mastered.
When you boil it all down, it's actually pretty simple. The main tab is for your hands-on edits. The details tab is for checking your facts. And the options tab is for setting up the automations that run your business for you. Edit, verify, automate. That's the flow. At the end of the day, really getting the hang of how these 3 tabs work together, that is the absolute key to keeping your store healthy, stable, and most importantly, profitable. So the controls are now at your fingertips. You've got the dashboard for the big picture and these tabs to give you all the power you need. So the only question left is, what are you going to go optimize first?